Hi, everyone, and Happy New Year. Happy 2025. And welcome to a new addition to the podcast, a bonus audio only episode. I've decided that I want to add doing these in every now and then when I have something I want to talk about, I have something on my mind. I keep my podcast microphone next to my bed. So sometimes I'm just sat in bed and I'm like, oh, this is a good topic, or I'd love to talk about this that I'm thinking about right now. Maybe I'm journaling. And I'm like, this would make a really good episode, or I'd really love to just sit and yap about this, but I don't currently want to get up, get ready, go out, record a whole video. So I decided sometimes, I'm currently just in my bedroom, I'm sat on my bed, and I thought I would just come and chat about the new year, my ins, my outs, my 2025 vision board. I am a massive vision board maker. I'm a Pinterest girly. I make everything into a mood board before I do it. That is a personality trait of mine. And every single year, without fail, I make my mood boards on Pinterest for the new year with sections in it. I'm very type A, I've realized. Sections for my health, my fitness, my relationships, my morning routine, my evening routine, my diet. And by diet, I mean what I'm eating, not I'm going on a diet. I actually have never gone on a diet in my life. I don't know why. I just think they don't stick. And I think I am usually a believer if I want to do something for myself, it's usually better for me personally to just kind of chip away at it rather than to overnight be like, okay, I'm waking up tomorrow and like changing my life and changing all my habits. Don't get me wrong, I will also do that. It just doesn't stick. It does not work for more than a week. I burn myself out with like mental fatigue from trying to like become a new person overnight. So I very much don't mean diet. However, I've gone very off topic. I create this mood board, and this year I've made obviously the Pinterest board of my dreams, but I've also thought about my ins and my outs. This is a trend that people do. Things they want in their life more this year and things they want to push out, things they want less of. And I thought today I would just talk about a few things that I've got on mine. If you want some inspiration, for the new year, or you just want something to listen to. So something that I really want to start doing is I'm a massive introvert. If you've listened to one single episode, you could probably infer that. And I'm someone who, when I wake up in the morning, I don't really want to talk to anyone, right? I don't know if anyone relates to this, but when I wake up in a house with people, which is always, I'm very rarely waking up in an empty house. That would honestly be my dream. The first hour or two of my day are very important to me. They're very important. They set up my day. I very much need some alone time when I wake up to, ground myself, think about what I want to do, just kind of give myself a bit of energy before I start, handing out that energy throughout my day, whether it's going to work or just socializing or meeting people or running errands, whatever. Like, these things take energy, and I need to give myself some energy and some alone time to gain that energy myself. And I think something that I've gotten quite lazy with last year is waking up a little bit later than I need to. Now, I'm not someone who wakes up at like midday, but even like waking up at say 9:30 or 9, it's fine. It's innocent. It's fine if I've worked the evening before, because sometimes I work in the evening and then, I would cut myself some slack for that. But sometimes I just sleep a bit late. I go on my phone. I wake up a bit late. And then the thing is, I don't have that time in the morning to charge my own personal battery to then have any energy for the rest of the day. And then I feel like I'm just dragging myself around all day with nothing to give, right? So this year, something I want to do is start waking up. This is not revolutionary. Start waking up earlier. But for me, I think this will be very important and revolutionary to me, because what I want to do is wake up early and kind of give myself the first hour or so of the day to do something that I'm going to enjoy. I'm thinking of doing some sort of form of movement, right? And getting out the house, whether going to a yoga class, going for a run, going for a swim. I live by the sea. I love swimming, so that's a nice thing to wake up and do. Or even, if I'm tired, just go for a walk for 30, 40 minutes. Just something, moving my body, getting out the house and spending some time by myself. I think doing that at the top of the day will make me feel so much nicer, but also will give me so much more energy to not be a bitch. Because I think if I don't do that, I really get irritable. And I'm like, people want things from me and I've absolutely, like, my cup is empty. I'm running on empty, So that's something I really want to start doing this year, is waking up early and getting out and doing something by myself, moving my body, doing some form of exercise, and then, come home, have my coffee, make some breakfast, look at my to-do list for the day, and then kind of blend other people into my day, but have a section alone at the start Because like I said, how often do I wake up with no one there? Not very often. And that's fine. However, to have the energy to deal with that, sometimes I need a little me time before. And that's something that I'm very keen to start doing. And that's as far as I've gone with morning routine. I'm very keen to not overload myself with things to do because I don't think they stick if you try and change absolutely everything. I'm giving myself a simple goal, keeping it simple, short and sweet. Get up early, go do some movement for a bit, come back, shower, and then interact with people and begin my day. Evening routine, again, keeping even simpler. I just want to make sure that I'm reading before bed and sleeping at a good time. I already do this a lot of evenings anyway, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it. I don't want to say every evening because that's another thing I don't think personally. Just a little tip with setting goals and New Year's things. Saying that you want to do something every single morning or every single night, you do have to remember you're a human being and that sometimes you'll forget, or sometimes you'll be having a fun time with your friends and you might not want to do that on the odd occasion. That's fine. Maybe you want to watch TV instead on the odd night. That's fine. Just the majority, because that's all it needs to be like your general lifestyle and habit. It doesn't need to be rigid as fuck. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me, it's just most of the nights be reading in bed, maybe have my oil diffuser on. I love to put a little essential oil in, put on my oil diffuser, put some sleep spray on my pillow, and make a little cozy vibe where I can really like unwind, decompress, kind of relax into going to sleep. And also, I fucking love reading. Last year, my New Year's resolution was to read a book a month, 12 books in the year, and I did it. And I've really loved it. I'm so glad I set myself that goal because it's become such a habit. I absolutely fucking love reading now. It's like one of my main hobbies. It excites me so much. I'm currently reading Intermezzo or Intermezzo. I don't know. I'm assuming it's Mezzo by Sally Rooney. I'm loving it. I'm about halfway through and I'm loving it. Anyone who is like, there's probably like anyone listening to this is probably already reading it. I'm not going to lie. It's the exact demographic. But if you happen to have not heard of it or heard of Sally Rooney, I don't know how, but I highly recommend. But yeah, reading in bed, sleeping at a decent time. To me, a decent time is about 10:30. Again, if I've worked the evening and I'm getting home at 10, that's probably not going to happen. But anytime that I can, being realistic, sleep at 10, 10:45, waking up at 7, that's plenty of sleep and it's not too early, it's not too late, perfect for me. So that's kind of the outline for my morning and evening routines. I think that setting up that kind of like scaffolding for the day is really helpful. I do recommend doing that because it gives you like a tangible thing to actually do rather than loads of like abstract goals. Making it really specific and like something you can follow, it becomes a habit more easily then as well because it's something you're actually doing and you don't have to keep reminding yourself. You probably will for a while, but you know what I mean. And as far as my ins and outs go, these are very random, but that's kind of the vibe of all the ins and outs that I've seen people post. It's like the most random stuff in the world. Sometimes it's just like a food, like they're like eggs are in. I'm like, okay. But for me, ins, cooking new recipes. I'm a big lover of cooking. I absolutely love cooking, baking. I actually think cooking my dinner is like my favorite part of my day every single day. There's something so cathartic about it. But new recipes, I think something that I've done a lot of this year, I've done a lot of cooking, but I have not made anything new for a very long time. So I've actually ordered myself a new cookbook. It's Joyful by Radhi Shetty. I can't remember her actual full name. I've not got the book in front of me. I've ordered that and a little cookbook stand to really like, this is the thing as well. I find this helpful. If you want to implement doing something more, buy yourself the stuff so that you're actually going to do it. Now I've bought the book and the thing I'm going to cook because like I've made it so easy for myself. I've also ordered myself a new exercise outfit. Like I've ordered a nice sports bra, shorts. It's a nice little treat to myself after spending so much money on Christmas for everyone else. I'm like, here's my treat. So I've bought myself some new nice running stuff. But I think that is a helpful thing. If you want to like start doing a habit more, make sure you've got the stuff to actually do it. Otherwise, there's just barriers in between you and doing it. And it's so easy to then just not bother. But yeah, cooking new recipes. I always find that so fun. Haven't done that for a while. Cleaning is another one. I love organizing. I love cleaning. I love tidying. Again, very relaxing to me for some reason. And I just want to do that more this year. That one's really random. I like cleaning out my car, making sure everything is just tidy and clean and organized as much as I can is a big one. Also, being outside more, spending more time in nature. That's always where I'm the happiest. Going on a walk, swimming in the sea, riding a bike. These things really do it for me. They really do it for me. And my inner child, I need it. I realize that I feel miserable and like kind of shit. And then I go on a walk and I'm fine. So getting outside is very important for me. I've also added reading, but that's obvious. Of course, I'm going to do that. Budgeting. I'm someone who's generally quite good with money anyway. Like, I don't really, overspend. I really flick between being really frugal and then really not frugal. However, like, either way, I'm being reasonable. I wouldn't spend money that I don't have. Do you know what I mean? I always make sure that I've paid my bills and shit like that. Like, I'm not stupid. But I think this year I really want to create like an actual firm budget that I stick to, because I kind of have a loose budget and it kind of works, but I do stress sometimes about like, where's my money going? What am I doing? So it's like to create an actual like structure that this is what happens every single month, I think would just relax me, because I just know what's happening. I don't even have to think about it anymore. It's just, it goes where it goes every single time. So I want to get more into creating a budget. Also, more cozy evenings in, because that is my favorite thing, as you can probably guess, as an introvert. Cozy clothes in the evening, lighting candles, tidy house. That's very much my vibe. I also think this one's kind of bougie, but going to a spa maybe every month. And I don't mean like a full spa day, like staying the night, getting a massage, getting breakfast, like that kind of thing. I just mean you can get day passes at spas near where I live, or like hotels with spas, and you can pay like £10 and you get access to like the pool and the hot tub and the sauna. And I think that is something that's really affordable, but it feels so relaxing, especially when you're really busy, to be like, today I'm just going to wake up and I'm just going to go to the spa. And then you can obviously get lunch and stuff there if you want to spend more money, but you don't have to. You can just go read by the pool and swim and be by yourself. And that's amazing. Or you could not go by yourself. I don't know, I'd love to go to spa with people, but I think sometimes I just see it as something to do to recharge from everything else. But I don't know, equally, to be fair, I would love to go with like my best friend or my boyfriend or something. I think it's then just having to organize and fit in and make a plan for everyone to do it. And then it's like effort, whereas I can just go when I'm free, you know? But I think that's something that I would benefit from, like a day a month where I just go swim, lie by the pool and read my book, maybe get a massage if I'm feeling crazy and I have like spare money. I doubt it, because that is the kind of thing that I'm frugal with. I don't like to spend money on stuff like that, even though I absolutely love it. I actually love massages probably more than anything. Like, if anyone ever wants to buy me anything for my birthday or Christmas and they're listening to this, a massage I will always be happy about. Always be happy about. But yeah, I think last year I felt so run off my feet. That was like the main feeling that I had throughout last year, is I am busy, I am not present, I'm stressed. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't hate last year. It's making it sound like I hated last year. I didn't. There was a lot of great things that happened last year, but a lot of changes in my life happened last year. A lot of things changed all at once, and I do not really do well with a lot of change happening at once. It was a lot of things going on at once. I was busy and also loads of things were changing, and I was just like constantly kind of in fight or flight. Not that far, but like run off my feet was definitely my constant state of being for majority of the year. So I think this year, like regularly setting aside a day a month to actually go and completely decompress, completely chill, have nothing else that I need to do, nowhere that I need to be, would be very good for me. And also like the little things like reading before bed and getting up and having alone time in the morning. These things are all going to add up to me hopefully not feeling so run off my feet, because they're keeping me in a place where I'm actually like looking after myself, keeping myself at a good level of relaxation 24/7. This is a goal. But moving on, I want to take my vitamins. I'm so inconsistent with that. And I think I just need to put them somewhere in my face when I'm eating. Like, I need them to be in front of me or I just forget they exist. So that's something I want to do. Also going to like the farmer's market, going to like a cute little fruit and veg stall. That is so cute to me. I did that the other day. I went to a like country farmer's market that's near me. I've never been for some bizarre reason, because this is so up my street. And I found like loads of nice olives and loads of nice like salts and olive oils and stuff. I honestly was in my element. But the thing is, they are quite expensive. I could break my bank in a farmer's market, I'm not gonna lie. Because if it were up to me and like money was no issue at all, everything that I eat and consume would be from a farmer's market, or I would have made it. But I again also need an excess amount of time. I would need to have no job and loads of money. But that sounds like a great life to me. Also, like, okay, I'm nearly done on the ins. Creative, fun hobbies. Fun little things like colouring, painting, doing puzzles, playing Sims, like wholesome little cute hobbies that I used to do loads of but I feel like I have not had the time to do any of these things. I really like colouring. I love painting. I love doing puzzles. I used to do loads of puzzles, and I would just put a film on and do a puzzle. You might think I'm a loser. I don't care. I fucking love a puzzle. And I actually got a new one for Christmas. So again, making it so easy for me because I've actually got a new one. Although I'm not going to lie, the bed that I'm sat on right now in my bedroom, everything underneath it is a puzzle. This is where I store my fucking puzzles. They're all under my bed. Books and puzzles. I need a better storage system. However, it works for now. So that's something I want to do more of because I think it's just relaxing. And like, I think I'm a big believer that human beings are made to be creative. I think we're creative people, and obviously like some people aren't, but I think creativity is subjective. You know, it doesn't have to be painting and drawing. Like, that's just kind of the cliche. But I think people really benefit from creativity. I think it's so good for you. And I think even if you're not good at it, it does not matter. People feel good from creating. And I used to make covers all the time on my YouTube, which you may have seen if you actually watch this YouTube podcast. I have so many covers, like hundreds of covers. And I used to absolutely love making them because I would make the audio. I would make it all on GarageBand, so I'd get the backing track in and then I'd do my vocals and I would layer it with like different harmonies and stems and things, and it would take me hours, and I fucking loved it. It was like so fun to me, and I like low-key want to start doing that again just for the fun of it because I think having like a creative outlet like that is so fun. I guess my podcast is a creative outlet, to be fair. And I also, another thing I used to do loads of is write songs. I used to write honestly like a song a day. I'm not even joking. In my notes on my phone, I would like walk around town, whether I was alone or by myself, or I'd be like just living my life, and I would constantly be picking up my phone to write down like a random lyric. Like, I wrote songs all the time. I'm not saying they were good, but I used to love doing it. And that's the thing about doing things that are creative. You don't have to be good at it. Like, what does that even mean, being good at it? You know, it's creative. What does that mean? But you don't have to like profit it off of it and like monetize it and want it to go somewhere. I think being creative is just like a healthy thing to do for your brain and your body, regardless of the product that you're making and what it looks like. And if you keep it, you know, you could just create something and delete it. Please don't do that, because you so should keep that. But you know what I mean? You would still benefit. So I think that's something I want to do more of, is make time for just fun, creative things that I just enjoy doing. And also the last one is solo dates. This is very me. But again, last year, so busy. I felt like the busiest year of my life was 2024, I'm not going to lie. And solo dates were on the back burner. Everything in life was on the back burner last year. I feel like I actually lost my mind. Like, all the things that I like doing, all the things that I enjoy that make me feel like myself, were on the back burner because I was just busy. I was just so busy. I was working and I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just not prioritizing the things that really make me happy. Hence probably why I was feeling shit for a lot of last year. However, I'm making some serious changes this year. Anything that I can change to make myself feel more relaxed, I'm doing it. So solo dates, another thing that I want to make sure I'm doing. I used to do that all the time. What the fuck? I used to do that literally weekly. I would take myself out for lunch, probably more often than that. I would go on walks by myself, blah, blah, blah. And this year I've been like just all over the place. I don't know what happened. I feel like I've just lost all structure. So 2025 is structured. Okay, and outs. Drinking regularly. I'm not going to lie, I'm debating. Actually, I'm doing dry January. I am doing dry January. I've never done it before. I've never done any of the sober trends, you know, sober October, dry January. Are there any others? Probably. I've never done any of them. I think I've just never felt a need or particular desire or calling to do any of them. I'm not someone who drinks excessively anyway. I've never been someone who really likes to go out. Like, I've never stepped foot in a club. I've never stepped foot in a club. Don't get me wrong, I love like a beer garden or like a nice wine bar and things like that. I love, and I enjoy drinking in certain scenarios, but I've not been someone who's like, you know, hungover, blackout drunk regularly. Like, literally, that's never been me. However, I do enjoy a few glasses of wine here and there. And I think there's a time and place where alcohol isn't particularly negative for me, where it's actually quite nice and it doesn't, you know, have that many downsides. However, I just want to try cutting down on it and being a bit more intentional about it, because I don't want to like go too in depth about this because, like I said, I'm doing dry January, and I think after that I might make a whole podcast episode about my experience, my thoughts, my results, how I feel, where I think I'm going to go from there after doing a sober month. So I don't really want to go too in depth about like why I want to do it, but there's no deep massive reason. I think it just would make me feel nice, and I've never tried it. So maybe outs this year is drinking super regularly. I'll keep you updated, but I will not be drinking in January other than I hate when people do this, like, I have 5 exceptions. It's like, you're not doing dry January then. But I am, except from my boyfriend's birthday weekend, because I have booked for us to go away for the weekend months ago. And, we're going out for a birthday dinner and stuff, and I might want some wine there, but maybe not. Like, I don't know what we'll do, but I'm giving myself that weekend as an exception because that's pre-booked, okay? But other than that, dry January is happening. So I'll keep you updated. And there will probably be a full episode on my sober journey. Okay, next. Taking life too seriously is out. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. We're on a floating rock. I don't know that I care that much about stuff. And not in like a nihilistic way. Not in like a concerning way. Just in a like, I just want to enjoy my life. I want to focus on the good things. I want to kind of take humor around with me a lot more. Just take things, be sillier. Do you know what I mean? That's something, I'm not gonna lie, last year I think was a priority to me too. I was like, I need to be more silly, and I think, to be fair, I have got a lot more like that. But I think I just want to carry on not taking life too seriously, not ruminating, not overthinking, not worrying, not spending loads of time in my head, just taking everything with a grain of salt, because I just truly can't be bothered anymore. Next one is actually huge: rushing. This applies to like so many areas, but I just want to stop rushing stuff. I want to stop having too many things on my plate at once so that I have to rush. I want to stop waking up and immediately needing to get ready really fast to go to work. I should wake up earlier. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to make an instant coffee because I have no time. I want to use my little cafetiere, my Chamberlain coffee, and make like a fancy little coffee and slow down. I just want to slow the fuck down. Not everything needs to be done at the fastest, most efficient rate ever. I think that is landing me in fight or flight all the time, because rushing is not good for your nervous system. The best thing I think you can do for your nervous system is intention. And that's something that I want to do this year, is just stop rushing. And that's going to take me a while because your nervous system gets used to what it's been used to, But I really just want to stop rushing everything. Next one is clutter and excess stuff is out for me. You will know that if you watched my episode about overconsumption. I just don't want loads of stuff. I want less stuff, and I want it to be stuff that I love. I want to have my favorite things, and that's it. I don't want to have 5 versions of the same black top. I don't want to have 3 foundations in my makeup drawer, 2 of which are like not my shade or half empty, or I just haven't binned it. Like, I want minimal stuff around me. I am someone who really does not like clutter. Like, if I don't need it, I want to bin it. Like, everything just needs to get in the bin. I do not want stuff all over my counters. I don't want stuff on my tables. I want everything to have a place. I want to organize everything in tubs. I want to label everything. This is the type A coming out. I want a fucking label maker. Everything in the fridge needs a box. I'm kidding. I'm not going that far. However, like, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to do that. But clutter, no, just not for me. I want things to just feel clean and cozy and organized, and everything else can go in the bin or to a charity shop. That's where I'm at this year. Another out is a lack of routine, which, is just the umbrella for everything I've just said. I want organization, I want routine, and I want structure, okay? I also, phones in the morning, this is something that I'm not gonna lie, I don't really do much of anyway, so I don't really know why I wrote this down. But going on my phone as soon as I open my eyes, I used to do that a lot. I used to just pick up my phone and like scroll on Instagram, check my emails, blah, 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 while I was in bed. I realised that was not good for me ages ago, and to be honest, I rarely do that. So I don't know why I've written it, but sometimes I do it, and sometimes it's still too much, because it just, again, I don't have any energy in my cup yet. I'm already on my phone checking what other people are doing. No, I need to do something for myself first. It's just not good for you in any way, shape or form. I would keep my phone in a different room at night if it wasn't for the fact that my alarm is on my phone, which, yes, I could get a clock. But the main thing is I listen to podcasts when I go to sleep. So I need my phone next to me to play them. But I mean, it's not the end of the world, because like I said, I don't really go on it when I wake up, and also before bed, I'm reading. So it's actually not that deep. So let's move on. Lazy breakfasts. I'm someone who, I get really lazy with breakfast. I make such an effort for dinner. Lunch and breakfast, I just don't really fucking bother. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I just am like, what's convenient, what's quick. And I end up having stuff for breakfast that just isn't really good for me. It doesn't actually fill me up. Has zero nutrients. I've just like grabbed it out of the cupboard or made a piece of toast. You know what I mean? I want to make something with a bit more substance. Even like if I prep something and just shove it in the fridge, at least it's better for me. You know, I used to make like these little egg white bite things, you know, with like peppers and onions and like stuff, and I would just eat them with like hot sauce. Is that gross? I don't know. I put hot sauce with like anything that I can, though, I'm not gonna lie. But I just want to make more effort with breakfast and make sure I'm eating something that's like actually good for me. Again, some days I'm not gonna do that, but hopefully if I follow this plan, I should be up in time to have time to make a decent breakfast. Even if I just do that a little bit more often, that's good. And again, the last two things on here are like just generic, and like I've already explained them. Spreading myself too thin, making myself have too many plans, too much going on in the week. It just makes me rushed off my feet. I'm not someone who enjoys a calendar that's chock-a-block full with stuff to do. I enjoy looking at my calendar and seeing it as blank as I possibly can. That's not because I don't want to do anything, because I love doing stuff, and I'm someone who like, I really don't like to just do nothing. But what I don't like is being fixed in to a pre-planned schedule that I fucking made myself, I would like to like point out, where I'm like, I'm committed to all these things that like I don't necessarily want to do. I don't know, it just stresses me out. I like to just do what I want. I'm not gonna lie, like a plan here and there to see a friend, that's necessary to organize as an adult. You can't just like wing it and be like, who's free tonight? No one. Like, everyone has stuff to do. But the general vibe of my week, I want it to be pretty routine and then have pretty regular, just blank gaps on my calendar so that I can just do what I want. And usually I'll fill that with fun stuff, like going out and reading, planning podcasts, going for a swim, walking my dog, like doing stuff that I actually want to do. Those creative hobbies, you know, where are they going to go if I have so much stuff on? So that's something that's like actually huge this year. That's like probably my biggest out from last year. From 2024, the biggest out is over planning myself like that. Like spreading myself so thin with shit to do. That's not on the cards for 2025. I won't allow it. And the last one is working loads. This is something that's tricky because like, what can we do? We all need to work. Do you know what I mean? But I do think I want to move around when I'm working, maybe change my working schedule a bit so it fits better with my lifestyle. I'll just say that. I think I currently work in a way where I feel like I'm never not working. And sometimes I work mornings, sometimes I work evenings, and it feels like split shifts where I'm like never really free, and then it's just shit. So I think this year I really want to just prioritize like a consistent routine. I'm sorry, everything I'm saying is like, so I just need a routine. So I just need more structure. But I think that's basically the theme. I just want to sort my life out. But yeah, I don't want to feel like I'm working 24/7, even though I'm not. It feels like I am. So I don't really know what to do about that, but I will report back. But yeah, these are my 2025 plans, my ins, my outs, my morning routine, evening routine vibes, where I'm at. Again, I will report back about the dry January experience, let you know what I think, what I feel. If I struggle, that's something I'm interested in. I don't know if I'll struggle or not, because the last few weeks, I've drunk pretty minimally anyway, because I don't know, I just think I haven't really massively fancied drinking. And then when I do have a few drinks, then I realize how bad it makes me feel because I'm not like used to it. Do you know what I mean? Because I haven't been drinking. And then when I do, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so gross. This is definitely the alcohol. You know, there's no other it's like definitely the alcohol. So it's kind of like put me off a bit, like to the point where I've poured myself like a glass of wine or made myself a cocktail a few times, and I've just like left it or like poured it back in the bottle because I'm like, yeah, it's been 20 minutes, I'm not drinking it, so I'm just gonna put it away. Like, I'm just not feeling it. So in that case, I'm like, maybe I won't struggle because I'm actually just not really feeling it. You know, there's the odd time where I am, and that's fine. Like I said, on a date night, maybe it's nice. Or like, I'm not gonna go into it too much because I'll give away my whole episode. But that does make me think I won't struggle. But also, I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I've never really done a sober month, so I can imagine there's probably times where I will think it would be nice to have a drink and I'm like, fuck, fuck. And then I'll have to distract myself, you know? But I will let you know, and I will be very honest about it, because there's no point sugarcoating it. If I find it hard, I'll say it, okay? It doesn't make me an alcoholic. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed a little bonus audio episode. I actually really enjoyed recording this. It felt so much more chill, and I'm really excited to do these every now and then, because there's just so much that I want to talk about and say that I don't say because I'm like, oh, I like have stuff to do. I can't like go out and record a whole video. But like, I could so just sit on my bed and yap for 30 minutes, you know? But yeah, thank you for listening. And I hope that you have a good new year. I hope that you have got your plans for the new year sorted, whether or not you bother with resolutions. I guess, I don't know if I do these count as resolutions? Probably it's more of just, like I said, a vision board, a mood board, a vibe that I want for the year. Less so like I want to lose weight, you know, less that kind of vibe. But yeah, I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling optimistic about the new year. I am. I'm feeling very excited for a little reset, a change of routine, a bit more structure. And yeah, thank you for listening for the 5th time, and Happy New Year.